Off your mind, it's okay. Off your mind, like me.
Chai! Now wow, people wey supposed talk through to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we loud, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun Diary Politico, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai. Them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun Diary Politico, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. This one not they off in mind, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun Diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day, then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say, make we no talk. But thank God say, Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. My people make you shout, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun Diary Politico, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
Good evening to you. Good afternoon to you. Good evening and then a good morning to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Maiyegun Live.
Ó bá ṣe àní Maiyegun máa wí. Maiyegun Diary, ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun Diary Politico. Maiyegun Diary, Godfatherism, kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun Diary.
Thank you so much for joining me. Share the broadcast. Invite your friends. Invite your not so friendly friends. Tell them that Maiyegun today, a court in Nigeria has ruled that Fulani terrorists, they are not herdsmen. When they kill, that is not farmers' others clashes. In fact, these guys are terrorists, just since we have been calling them out. Buhari's government to act next is what we are waiting for. Felicia Bernard, thank you very much for that super sticker. Very generous of you.
Lórí YouTube, and yes, we like you. Oh, Baba Bewure, and yes, we like you. Dijo Ìgbádìyẹ, and yes, we like you. Presido Barufio.
Also, tonight, I am going to use this opportunity to remind many of you that the consequences of the loan, borrowing, indebtedness, that Bokwari, Emefiole, APC, Egbekegbe, and the gang of other marauders who are the opportunists that you have in Nigeria, the consequences of their regular indebtedness. You have seen the sign, or maybe you haven't. But yeah, China is taking over the Entebbe International Airport in Uganda. Uganda, among other African countries who have been borrowing money from China, many of them are already forfeiting their national assets built by China, built by Chinese. They are forfeiting them to China because they are unable to pay back the loan, the money they borrowed. Many of those money borrowed never really used for what they borrowed them for, right? Since they won't be able to pay, China is not World Bank. China is not IMF. China is not one of these guys who will always find another way to refinance your debt as a country. China will take anything that is value for their money. Nigeria, the first time that Bokwari dragged Nigeria into the hands of China, it was in 2016, 2017, when they dragged Nigeria to China. They went on to withdraw $10 billion from the Nigerian, what do you call it? Your, what's they call them again? What's they call your foreign account in Nigeria? Again, I'm going to read the comment. Foreign reserve, Abi. What's they call them? Foreign account or foreign reserve. They took $10 billion from there, and they took Bokwari to China. That was when they sold the idea of how they were going to break and weaken the dollars, and Nigeria as a big country, right? Nigeria will be trading with China, and you will be trading in yen. You are supposed to be trading in yen. So they withdrew dollars from the from the foreign reserve, and they gave it to China as a deposit. Since then, they have borrowed more than $10 billion from China. So, and as we see it, Bokwari and Nigeria cannot afford to pay back all the loans they are taking. Many of you in Nigeria will have to go and learn how to speak Mandarin. And this other language, Kantose or something, I can't remember the other language. You would have to go and learn how to speak that. And maybe at the end of the day, Lagos, Muritala International Airport in Lagos, they will take that. They will take your Abuja International Airport. They will take over your, half-baked Lagos Ibadan Railway. They will take over your Abuja Kaduna. You know what I mean? That is the journey that Bokwari is taking Nigeria to, a journey of indebtedness and poverty. It's never going to end. Also, I want to use this evening to remind you that 2 days ago, I raised the alarm that the fraud that they're about to pull in 2022 is not different from what you can say. Well, it be like now everything that would make your life harder, tougher, unbearable. Now, what's going to make your life hard? Bokwari and gang have sworn to be doing. In 2016, they told the whole world that subsidy on fuel is unsustainable. In fact, subsidy is another name for corruption. Bokwari came and he asked, what is subsidy? What is subsidy? He was a minister of petrol. He was never paid any subsidy. He never paid any subsidy. So they removed it. That was why your liter of petrol jumped from 87 naira to 145 naira. Remember, they removed subsidy. Only for them to turn around to tell you that we have been paying subsidy. What happened to the one you removed that we started buying fuel for 140 something naira when you promised us 40 naira per liter? You said you removed the subsidy. That's why it jumped. Which subsidy are you still paying? Because it's a scam. Bokwari's government and the rest of them, they did not just retain subsidy. They increased it. They doubled it. Under Goodluck Egbere Jolantan, the corrupt government that they told you was corrupt. Nigeria was paying between 250 billion and 600 billion per year, every year for subsidy for your liter of petrol that you are buying. Boko Haram and gang came in. They said, that's corruption. We are not going to pay it. We have removed it. You Nigerians, you have to start paying for your fuel. And you agreed, you started paying. Only to turn around to realize that they have been paying 1.2, 1.4, 1.8 trillion for subsidy every year. But there was never subsidy in any of your budgets. Never. Corruption. Abi? Now, they have gone again to go and borrow money. And they have told them, if you want to borrow money from us, we cannot be borrowing you money, the money that all of you are just looting anyhow. You need to go and remove subsidy that you are not going to pay subsidy again. Remember, they've submitted their 2022 budget already. 16 trillion or now 17 trillion. Abi, in that budget, 70% of that money is on how to feed Boko Haram, how to feed those less than 1,000 people in National Assembly, how to buy themselves cars, how to pay rent on Aso Rock, how to build 14-bed clinic in place of Aso Rock Clinic, the one that has already got over 18 billion since Boko Haram came to power 6 years ago, right? Aso Rock Clinic. So how to build another 14-bed, they call it VIP clinic inside Aso Rock. It will cost 21 billion. Now, that is what they loaded inside that 2022 budget, including spending almost 4 trillion naira fighting Boko Haram, fighting Fulani terrorists, the one they called bandits or simple criminals and the rest. There is nothing like subsidy. There's nothing like pay 5,000 naira to people. But because that is what 2022 is holding for you, if you are not prepared, you should be prepared now. Those of you who are living a life of, I can't afford this, Nigeria is tough, I have no job. There will be more people that will lose their jobs in 2022. There will be more people that will fall into poverty in 2022. And this is your government, yeah? The corrupt, criminal government that pushed you to this edge, right? They are not abating, they are not slowing down. In 2022, right, they have told them, if you want us to borrow you this money, you will need to stop this waste. This money you are paying for subsidy, remove it. So they've come back, they said, you know what? We are going to remove subsidy for the third time. We are going to remove subsidy in 2022. When we remove it, you are likely going to be buying a liter of petrol between 350 naira to 400 naira per liter. Now, the way they would always do it, yeah, once they say, we have removed subsidy, January 1st broadcast, your January New Year message is going to be that removal of subsidy. When they remove it, then when all of you begin to scream, how can we be paying 300 naira, 400 naira per liter? We go strike. NLC will talk, they won't strike. PDP will tell you, this is, everybody goes pretend that they love you. Then Boko Haram's government, they will bring it to the real price they wanted it to be, which is anything above 320 naira. That's what it will be, right? So in order to now hide that from you, by telling you about great things they are doing, how much jobs they are trying to create, how blah, 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 hiding the reason why they are removing your subsidy from you, right? They now said, you know what? Don't worry. Tell them that we are going to give the poorest of them, 40 million of them. We're going to give them for 5,000 naira. That is not part of your 2022 budget. Too. Are you listening? It's not. Now, every year, Boko Haram's government, they have been paying subsidy on your petrol per liter. And the last time, let's say in 2000, this year, not even 2020, this year, Boko Haram's government, they have spent almost 1.7 trillion so that you can be buying petrol for 145 naira. If not, you will be buying the petrol. According to them, you'll be buying the petrol for 400 naira per liter. So this year alone, they have spent 1.7 trillion. They stole it. Not that they actually spent anything, they stole it. Okay? They now said, we are going to give 40 million people because we know that many people are going to complain about transportation because transportation money is going to increase. Market women are going to, well, maybe they are not thinking about that those who are going to bring the food to the market, those who are going to bring what you want to buy to the market, they want to give you 5,000 naira to go and enter Okada to go to market for, right? They are not considering what are the effect of those ones on everything, right? But they said, at least you will complain of transportation. So what they will do is that, listen, this is how you get to know fraud. They will remove subsidy. Now, they will now give 40 million people 5,000 naira. Just 5,000 naira for the whole of 2022. Because there's nothing like we are going to give you for 5,000 naira every month for your transportation. No. For you to know fraud and don't build any false hope, like every other thing I've told you on Maiyegun General Politico, to know fraud is not hard. But Nigerians love to think maybe God will change it to something better they want it to be when devil put something on their table. I mean, religion, right? If the government say they will pay you for 5,000 naira, 40 million people, you following? That is going to be 2.4 trillion. You know what I mean? If the government says they will be giving you 5,000 naira every month, if you multiply 5,000 naira by 40 million people told me, they said that is a 2 billion. Abi, 2 billion. Is it 2 billion? So when you now multiply help me with this. So when you multiply 5,000 by 40 million a month by 12, it will give you 2.4 trillion naira. That is what the smart criminals who believe that they are always. Somebody said, thank you very much. It's not 2 billion, it's 200 billion. I'm so terrible when it comes to all these add-ons, mathematics and all of that. And I don't hide it. And I also have no regret about it, okay? Because when the number done it too much like that, that is talking about the corrupt criminals. They know that once you get mixed up in that figure, you get tired and you just lose interest. Thank you very much for coming to my rescue. 200 billion by 12, that is 2.4 trillion naira. So which means your government that is spending 1.8 trillion fraudulently, and they went abroad to go and borrow money, and they told them that you cannot be borrowing money and be paying all this huge amount of money for nothing. Your refineries were not repaired. Your refineries were not built. Nothing. Do something about that, or let people buy their food the way they want. Or else we won't borrow you money. Instead of them to now come back and say, see, our people, Nigerians, so we wanted to go and borrow more money. I was having an argument with some people on my page. And I actually love continuing to use the word borrow money, go and borrow me money, borrow us money. I want to borrow money. It is a common, easier, or let me say easiest balance when it comes to loaning, lending, and then what do you call it? Yeah. So we want to go for a loan. How do you think that is going to sound to the people I actually want my message to actually get to? Your government want to go and loan. No, fuck that. No apology, by the way, because I get people who always speak my word as well. Like they pick everything I say. You don't talk like that, Maiyegun. To hell with you if you pick that, just so you know. Borrow. Nigeria want to go and borrow over $20 billion in 2022. They have given them conditions. Devalue your naira. Cancel subsidy. And we will borrow you money. So, we will loan you money. Maybe that. Instead of them to now come back and say, our people, now what we want go do be this so. Now condition we then give us be this so. We need this money badly. Oh. But now we go suffer am. You go remove this thing finally. You will be buying fuel for 400 naira. But guess what? If we borrow this particular money, we go use and do this, you know what I mean? But people know that there's nothing they would do. Now go still suffer. So they now cooked up a lie that has no base. That is not in any way in their budget. And they presented that we will give Nigerians, we'll give 40 million Nigerians for 5,000 naira every month. That's 200 billion. Just like trader money. Market money. For 5,000 naira to the poorest Nigerians. COVID money. The money they said they gave to you during COVID, and they spent 500 billion naira within just 42 hours. Shadia is the one sharing the money. Now they want to give 40 million of you, 5,000 naira, to cushion the effects of what your life is going to become. When you begin, well, you know what it is as you speak. Well. Just talking about what pushed Nigeria to this level of poverty, destruction, death, murder, and all these things that we are witnessing today. What pushed us there? Nepotism, impunity, paddy, fanatics in government, jihadists in government, Al-Qaeda apologists in power. Things that gave the enemy of your country the access to power, and within 6 years, no one needs to tell you. Even a blind or deaf can tell you that indeed Nigeria don't enter for 6 solid years. From nowhere, Fulani terrorists took over Nigeria. They disguised, and they told us that they were artsmen. They told us that we should give them our land or our lives. Nigerians continue to watch their leaders, do this, what they call the photo ops. We are having a security meeting. We are discussing the security meeting. Buhari condemned the kidnapping of this and blah, 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 blah. While Nigerians remained, they remained hunting prey. Hunting prey. Terrorists walked into Nigeria and people were saying they are terrorists. They said, no, don't call them terrorists. It's Fulani phobia. They said we have Fulani phobia. Some said this because we hated enough. People were dying. We were seeing bodies. We were seeing people being kidnapped, people paying ransom to terrorists. And we have seen where even security agents came out to say they have been given order that if any Fulani is brought to any police post or any police station in any part of Nigeria, they must be released within 48 hours. They have to be released. No matter what the crime, no matter what happened, they have to be released. Because according to them, they said the reason why we are all complaining, we are all lamenting, we are all screaming and ranting was because Buhari is a Fulani man. That's because we hated Buhari. That is why we are now transferring that hatred onto the Fulanis. Fulani that are peace-loving people. They are businessmen. Those ones where they carry gun, they are just, common criminals. They are not terrorists, right? People who came out to call them terrorists, they were picked up by the government agents. People who resisted them in their different communities, right? The reprisal that happened afterward was for the Nigerian military, Nigerian soldiers to go back to that community, beat everybody up and warn them. Don't ever in your life tell Fulani not to graze their cows around your communities. Terrorism now spread. Communities ransacked. Villages, communities, towns were, desolated. People became refugees in another different country. You think I'm joking? No joke. If you see these people, they are Yorubas. They have no affiliation with Fulani. No, they don't even share border with Fulani, right? From Ogun State, the Fulanis found their way down there. This is no longer about northern Nigeria. It is no longer about the Middle Belt. It is actually all over the country. The apprehension and the cover-up as well, right? Every now and then when you meet the government officials, when they see victims, government officials will publicly condemn victims and they will defend their killers by then trying to warn the rest of us to watch what we say. Don't cause problem. Oh. Everything you are saying is going to cause war in Nigeria. You people are trying to divide Nigeria. What is your problem, Gonsef? The government is doing everything. Yet, the reason why they said we are causing problems is because we are telling everybody that your government doesn't recognize these people as terrorists. And if your government is not treating them as terrorists, there is no way, that you can defeat terrorism. So for 6 years, people who stood up against the Fulani terrorist invasion of their region, right? They were subjected to different state-sponsored profiling, even killings. People are locked up. Just yesterday, the news broke that since October 23rd, 2020, 3 days after Lekki Toll Gate killings, that Nigerian army, Nigerian soldiers, they went to Igbo land and they kidnapped over 90-something people, 93 people. And we saw those they kidnapped from Obigo in River State. They took them to Suleja in Niger State and they locked them up there because they're asking for Biafra. Innocent people, they went into their houses and they packed them. They packed them because they said they are terrorists. Civilians, they locked them up, sexually harassed, abused, assaulted them. No single court had a document, or have a document of them that, oh, they are in this prison. No. Illegal detention. Just yesterday, yesterday, they just told us that they found another set of Biafrans locked up in Kaduna prison. Kaduna, they raided them in eastern Nigeria because they accused them of being members of IPOB and Biafrans, right? They raided them from there. They packed them. No documentation, no legal no nothing, no court paper, nothing. Over 90 people, human beings, since October 23rd, 2020. Over a year ago, they locked them up in Kaduna prison, where the terrorists are always like, you know what I mean? That is Nigeria. That is the persecution that people who are of, who are not of Fulani extracts in Nigeria, that is the persecution Boko Haram and gang have subjected us to. Just because we said they are terrorists. Don't call them bandits. Don't call them vandals. Don't call them simple criminals. They kidnap people. You see, world over, if you kidnap people and you deny them their freedom, yeah, if you are caught, you've committed a felony that will make you live the rest of your life in jail. You cannot kidnap people. See, in this country, in the UK, if a girl, your girlfriend, though, as in your girlfriend that comes to your house all the time, then something happened and she wants to leave, you lock the door and you keep the key. If she called the police that you are not letting her, you are keeping her against her will. If the police come through the door, bros, now kidnapping they go charge you for. Like joke, like play. Now so then go hand you that gift. Life imprisonment. You cannot take the liberty of other people away from them. And then somebody turn around and say you are just a simple criminal. So I told you many times on this platform, I said, the reason why terrorism lasted this long in Nigeria is because the people in government, like the people who are not in government, the people they are ruling over, the blame game where no one wants to take responsibility, including when you are in collusion with terrorists. What you do is what? You will deviate the attention, blame other people, find people to blame, scapegoat them, gaslight them, let people see them as the real problem, not these guys who are killing people. And that's what they did in the last 6 years. They told us to calm down. Calm down, waiting. Now only the Boko Haram they kill. What about Evans, the kidnapper? What about armed robbers that will steal your money and all of that? Let's talk about them too. And I said, is that not deviation? Is that not what your government does? Try to look for people to gaslight. Look at that one. Look at that one. See, look at her. Look at her. Why is she talking like that? Even though what she's talking about is true. But why is she talking and shouting? She's a problem. Don't you think she's a problem? We know what she's saying is true, right? Yeah, she's saying the truth. But why is she shouting? In fact, she's shouting because she doesn't like Buhari. Oh, no, not just that. Now, so I saw one other person too the other day. Even though what he was talking about is okay, but he started talking about Buhari. Now, you see, they are the problem. They succeeded in doing that. They succeeded in doing that for 6 years while we watch people killed. We are still watching people killed right now. We are seeing people getting kidnapped. Yesterday's survivors, they are today's victims. Today's survivor are potential tomorrow's victims. And like they say, tomorrow never ends. When we get to tomorrow will become today. Yeah? And there will be another tomorrow. which means if you survive them today, now turn by turn Nigeria Limited. They invaded our land and they made us live in denial of it.
Due to that crisis, Fulani crisis that was occurred at our country. That's the reason why we migrated to this place. We are forcefully migrated to this place due to that.
By force.
By force. It's not by willingness.
By killer.
Women.
Oh, man or women. How much are us, man or women?
Only you.
Dying here.
Both the women and men migrated from that area to this.
No.
And
how much?
people died.
But say how many people they kill there?
Okay.
Killer.
There are few many people. But that our many people. Many people have lost their lives. Many people have lost their lives.
People are
still migrating because of that at Modudu and all other areas.
What happened?
It's because of the Fulani crisis. Fulani, they are killing the people anyhow.
They are killing the people
anyhow. They will move from any village, from one village to another. They will migrate from one place to another. They just keep people. That's the reason why the people are scared. They move down to
They are from Ogun State, Ojaodo in Ogun State. Got displaced and they have been living in Benin Republic, Pobe in Benin Republic since February 2021. This year, they have been there. Not even the state governor, Ogun State governor, acknowledges them. Because that's part of it, to live in denial. Sorry, my eyes just caught a comment there where a commenter, usually on Facebook, right? So a commenter said, I don't know if that's for me, because if you are still watching, okay? What you said was that according to that comment, you directed it at me, and I believe it's probably for me. And you said, I am one of those who did not allow people to listen to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu when he was warning them then. If that is for me, again, it's actually correlates with what I am saying right now, okay? Number one, I don't know if this is your first time of watching Maiyegun, but again, if you are one of those who are still living in that world, that everyone else is to be blamed for whatever everyone found them, a situation everyone found themselves now in Nigeria, and then you prefer to blame other people for it, including me, all right? That I'm the one who told people not to listen to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and all of that. Well, again, I hope you probably found your healing at some point, okay? That everyone, if you have, some of you have that problem, that kind of inferiority, I call it inferiority complex, which has to do with trust issue, okay? Everybody except yourself is all right. I mean, everybody except yourself is wrong, okay? I've seen how many of our Biafran brothers and sisters are fighting themselves on social media. Do you know why I avoided that? Because most of them of today who are fighting and tearing themselves apart on the issue of DOS, this or that, and the rest of that, majority of you, it is your emotion that is running riot on you, right? That's why I avoided that kind of conversation for now, okay? Because many of you actually have trust issues, okay? Some of you, when you see someone that is not a Biafran and is talking about Nigeria, you will jump there, accuse them of every problem that you probably have encountered as a Biafran believer, as a Biafran yourself, as a Biafran agitator. So you jump there and then accused, oh, he's a Yoruba man. He must be one of those who hated us. Not be everybody hated you. And I have to be honest to you, right? In fact, yeah, those who are against or who have done everything to make sure that Biafra never comes, and they will do everything in their power to maintain that, and they are still doing it. There are no other people than Biafrans themselves, your governors, your politicians. No matter how much you try to make it look like they are inconsequential, they hold the power to why Biafrans are being haunted as of today. Same thing with us. We don't look around and blame people, okay? I have managed to pass that on to my own friends on Maiyegun General Politico. Don't blame people for what you can actually make correction about. Don't blame people. If the Yorubas want to talk about what has come upon us today, our place in Nigeria, the poverty in our land, the underdevelopment, the whole thing that we are currently facing as a people, I'm not going to look elsewhere to look for who to blame other than ourselves, because those who have been in charge of our wealth, those who have been standing and claiming to be representing us, in the past, especially in the past 22 years of this their demonstration of grace, right? They've been Yorubas. So why should somebody like me, for example, right, feel comfortable in blaming the Fulanis, blaming the Hausas, or blaming the Igbos for the underdevelopment of Yoruba land, or turn around and say the Hausas, the Fulanis, the Igbos, and others, they are the reasons why Yoruba land cannot get Yoruba nation? I'll be so stupid, except if what is controlling me is just my emotion, not my sense. And if I look around today on social media, look at how people are tearing themselves apart, as if to say any of them actually have any control on how Biafra will come, right? They are fighting, tearing themselves apart. Yeah. Maiyegun, don't talk like that. Your father. I talk about everything I want to talk about, but you know why I avoided this particular one is because your emotions are running riot when you run dry of your emotions, right? And then the common sense finally take its place, right? Eventually, many of you are going to fizzle out. The only thing many of you are good at is to look for who to pass the blame on to. Oh, look at all these Yorubas. The Yorubas are the people who are, you are just deceiving yourselves. Trust me, we have already passed that stage. And if you look around today and you look at me, Maiyegun General, you look at me and you say, I am one of those who probably told people not to listen to Nnamdi Kanu. Do you want me to react to that angrily or what? Of course not. I would rather explain to you why your ignorance is one of the reasons why you are holding that such belief. Yoruba, no Yoruba man is holding Biafra. No single Yoruba man has the power to hold Biafra from happening. No single Fulani man, no single Hausa man has the power to stop Biafra. The people holding Biafra, they are Igbos themselves. When you tell yourself that, and if any of you actually have the power to break them and take control from them, like all of us too, some of you will say, Maiyegun tell the Yorubas to sit at home. Who is me? Who am I? Who am I? Because I have a platform. Because I have 1,000 people watching me. Because I have 2,000 people commenting. Then suddenly, I am now the spokesperson, the face of the Yoruba people who can give them command from my room inside Glasgow here. Yoruba, Maiyegun, tell the Yorubas to sit at home. I'm like, what the hell is wrong with you? If you're actually living in that world on social media, enjoy it. Let your emotion keep running, okay? Keep making a mouth, keep making a pronouncement, keep making things look like indeed you actually have anything to do when you don't. In reality, you don't. The best you can do is just continue to pass on the message why Nigeria is not worth keeping, why everybody deserves better, and how do you demand for that better? Pick your battle. Choose it well. When you make up the number, you will make a difference. You will change it. Until then, Maiyegun tell the Yorubas to sit at home. Maiyegun tell all the Yorubas this and that. And then Maiyegun is not telling the Yorubas to sit at home. This Maiyegun is not serious. I am not serious because I am not using my emotion to run things. Okay? And I told people as well, don't build your expectation on me. I am just, say, okay, what do you do, Seth, Maiyegun? I don't know. That is why we call this place Temple of Truth. where you can connect the dots, cross the T's, know things you should know, so that when you go back out there, where everything out there is to hoodwink you, brainwash you, and then unconsciously have you to validate everything that will still come back to haunt you. When you can differentiate between left and right, and you can actually value or measure consequences of actions, then when you become that conscious politically, then we can talk. Do you get that now? I am just like a teacher. I told people, I said, I'm just like your conscience. There's absolutely nothing I talk about on Maiyegun's Diary Politico that none of you knows about. You do. Don't you read the news? But you know what I do differently? I dig further. I break things down enough that you begin to say, I never thought it that way, Sha. Or I never see it that way. Oh. So I didn't actually see, hey. And people actually thank me for that. So I'm not your freedom fighter. I'm not a human rights activist. I'm not a journalist. I'm not fighting for anyone. I am fighting for myself too. Because one day, when Nigeria happened to me too, at the end of the day, you're not going to use me as an example too. So this is my own reference to say, I talk, I cried, I screamed. Some said I should shut up. Some said I should come back home. Some said I should do this, blah, 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 blah. But they will never forget that I spoke out. And when you have the number, when we were able to say, the Biafrans, the Oduduans, the revolution now, this, that, people, when you now have enough people who says, this is not working, this is absolute trash. And everybody agrees that, yeah, it is absolute trash. Now, let's end it. And then we'll go and say, hey, you see, we're supposed to be united in our own, we should be united in our own problems that these guys have created for us. We shouldn't be, who does it better, who doesn't do it better. So I'm not one of those who said you shouldn't listen to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And I'm not one of those who actually wants to probably take a credit that I have the power or influence to get Mazi Nnamdi Kanu out of that place. But the little I have is that we can continue to advocate, continue to mount a pressure. There are people who are taking these things up, right? And that's why they said when that court said the Fulani terrorists should be called terrorists, they are not vandals. Some said all this could be coming from all these advocacy, this pressure, this protest all over the world, this letter writing, petitions to all your MPs, all over. Things that happen. Oh. I've had people who have shown more interest in Nigeria in the last 3 years because they are watching Maiyegun's Diary Politico. They were able to say, I wasn't able to put all my thoughts together to see if ways I can also contribute to this. They don't do live videos. These people, they don't do live videos. They just listen. When they listen, they pick 1 or 2 things from that, they leave the program, they go on and they pursue that. So people said the pressure from everywhere is one of the reasons why Buhari and Malamu packaged this arrangement for a court in Nigeria so that it will be like it is court. So with the Fulanis, they will not be angry with Buhari. They will say, it's the court that said they should call them terrorists. Meanwhile, it is coming from the pressure from those who are saying, this is not making any sense. You can't be fighting. Even Nnamdi Kanu, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is a regular viewer of Maiyegun's Diary Politico. That's to tell you that it is because of what I have managed, how I managed to present my event, my story, link them together, historical part of it, factual part of it, hilarious part of it, every other thing that I fused together will make you stay glued to that your screen if you are watching Maiyegun's Diary Politico. And by the time you leave, you're going to leave a better person, as a better person. So I've got great people who actually listen to Maiyegun, and I've never sat here and say, now maybe this, oh yeah, you Yorubas, are you not seeing me? I have 10,000 people watching me. I can command people. Command who? Who you the command? I started a party. See, and let me tell you something, right? I am a practical person, okay? That is why when I see all this rivalry, all this madness going on social media now, right? I just feel like, don't worry. You probably will learn about this later. I'm a veteran. I'm somebody who has done things and practicalized things. I've brought ideas and I've went out there to practicalize them. I went to Nigeria to start a political party. Practically. Because this is Maiyegun General Politico. Politico. This is not Yoruba Nation page. This is not Biafra page. This is not any other names you want to give to anything. This is Maiyegun's Diary Politico. First, Maiyegun, me. Diary, the book, which is this page where we keep every record. Politico, what is inside that diary? Politics. I went back home and I said, okay, let's try this, let's try that. Oh boy, practicalized it. I realized that Nigeria is more damaged than those people I talk about most of the time. That's why I have to use those people I talk about all the time as an example to persuade those who are their victims, because they are worse than those I'm talking about. Those ones you see on the streets, those ones that claim to be poor, those ones that claim to be marginalized, those ones that claim to be disadvantaged, they are worse than those ones who are taking advantage of them. I practicalized that. I spent my money. I made people brought in their money. People traveled from all over the world to participate in that, my political party, Maiyegun. So for you to know that is beyond that. And the reason was that if all of you say, now money no make you, won't go challenge these people. Okay, what if we start a political party for you? What if you can become a candidate? You don't pay anything. Just go and talk to your people in your community. We'll give you the tickets. We'll give you everything you need. Mio, Janjala Mio, Maiyegun, I was the leader. I know past this. I was the leader. Ogun State, I focus. Waiting concern me with Nigeria. I've told you, if I have any interest in anything, it has to be in Yoruba land. Yoruba land only. The rest are just to tell you that, listen, whatever is happening in Igbo land, whatever is happening in the north or elsewhere, they will happen in Yoruba land too. If care is not taken today, they're happening in Yoruba land as well. So I'm more interested. So I focus there. Guess what? The people where I talk to, I won't go help. The candidates themselves, they are collecting bottle of beer from another political party, and they're already giving up their own candidacy. We suffered to the point that finding them, registering them, clearing them through their Daura Secret Service, DSS, then getting their names passed through INEC clearing them and publishing their names. We did all of that. So that's beyond Facebook. That's beyond YouTube. That was the moment I said, Ireo, nobody will help Nigeria. Forget it. You're wasting your time. Don't try it. You can't help them. So I practicalized that. So give command to who? Who you the command because I have 5,000, 2,000 people watching me. Then suddenly I am a big man. I can command people. I can tell people to, come on. That's not me. All right? I don't give orders. In fact, on Maiyegun General Politico, you know what we do? We tell you things and I say, whatever you want to make of whatever I say, go and make of it. Because there's nothing I'm going to tell you on Maiyegun General Politico that you don't know. Except if you are pretending not to know. So they pushed us here. And what we can now do is that if we can find enough numbers of those who indeed are fed up. Because let me tell you something. 2023 election is coming now. Many of those who are shouting Biafra, many of those who are shouting Yoruba Nation, many of those who are shouting revolution now, right? You will see them preparing for 2023. Some of them will change their name on social media. Some of them will change their bag. Some of them will delete many things from their pages. And they will start shouting article, this and that for 2023. I have seen it before. So when they say you be activists, I say, who be active? Who are the activists for who? Maiyegun, you are human rights activist. Who be human rights? Me, when we say if they slap me now, I go they look for person who go fight for me too. They slap you in Nigeria, you text me. Maiyegun, they are beating, the police beat me. I say, who do you want me to call? Me, when they come on Maiyegun General Politico, tear all of them into pieces. Police or army or politicians or pastor, imam or babalawo, mamalawo, brotherlawo, unculawo, auntie, whatever. I trash them here. Who you want make I take the case to? So at the end of the people stopped calling me because they realized that I no get friend. And Nigeria is a place whereby now man knows man, who knows who. And I'm preaching against that. But people come to me. Maiyegun, do you know what they did to me yesterday? I want you to ever. What do you want me to do? The most I can do is to write about it on Maiyegun's diary. And I don't want to even write your story. People will just come there and comment. Hey, this is so wrong. Go, Maiyegun, please give this a follow-up. Which follow-up? Report to the police IG. I be called the military head. Just yesterday in the news, they said Nigeria military. They want to report Nigeria. They are reporting Nigerian police to the president. They said Nigerian police, they too beat up Nigerian soldiers. Say, hey, wait, when was that? Go and check the news. Military, they report police. No be police, they report military that they beat them. So where I go report to? The bottom line is this. I am just your conscience. You can make of me whatever you like. You know, I may be different thing to different people for different reasons, right? But do not, in your own interest, do not raise your expectation about Maiyegun. You will be disappointed. The only expectation I can tell you is to hold on to is that guy has integrity. He would never, ever compromise his belief. Not for anything. That one, yes, sure banker. I'm not an activist. I'm not your journalist. I am not your, I'm not. I'm just Maiyegun. That guy. That's enough. So I've told you about the 5,000 scam. And I don't know how many of you will still probably be hoping that Maiyegun is lying. They are going to make sure that, number one, you know they won't pay you 5,000 naira. You know that. You know. They're not going to pay 2.4 trillion. But does it make any sense? They want to stop subsidy of 1.8 trillion. Then they are going to subsidize your transportation with 2.4 trillion. Which kind of mathematics be that? Emefiole was there. Your commissioner, your minister of finance was there. All of them, as in supposed educated people, Abi, they came by with that arrangement because it's fraud. It doesn't exist. So just prepare yourself for that 2023. Okay? Another one I just heard is that, how many of you remember Nigeria here? That's another scam. Nigeria here, that Adi Sirika, the one that is Buhari's Minister of Aviation, Adi Sirika, that's his name. He collected 11 billion naira. And they said Buhari was going to launch Nigeria here. In fact, they launched it. They went to Cyprus or somewhere and paid over 400 million naira, which we changed the money to naira, to design a logo on paper. And they put that and shoot that into the wall. And they said that is Nigeria here. Since then, the Buhari Danes, the Buhari Didernes, the Buhari Dinotus, the Buhari Dijatus, the Buhari Shukus, the Ungoziaris, the Unnekaharis, the obedient fools, sophisticated morons, the ombudsman slaves, the social media bandits, Facebook adsmen, their clan, the Buhari idiots, the cyberbarians, their uncles and aunties abroad, the premium Buhari idiots, the Buhari Diderens, or Buhari Diderens abroad, the Mumu Madus, the Bele lecturers, the Mumu lecturers, right? Since 2018, they have been waiting for the arrival of Nigeria here. It got to a point, ladies and gentlemen, because we said it is fraud. It doesn't make any sense to say you want to start an airline and you have no office. There is no recruitment for those who are going to be working there. There is nowhere you can say this is their email address for contact. They have no website to say we are launching and you can go on there and book in this modern day and time. All they had was just a logo. In London, where they are doing aviation aeroplane show in London, Adisirika came here with a printed logo of plane, Photoshop logo, and he came to this UK and he presented that as a finished project. And the Buhari idiots, the cyberbarians, especially, most importantly, the Lagos Abobakus and the Oshogbo Alimajiris, the born to suffer heads, the crumb eaters, ass lickers, crumb chasers, the all rightsers. They were telling us that Nigeria has ordered 10 aircrafts for Nigeria here. We didn't know. It was Lori Raw preparing for 2019. So that Bokwari, they can use that. And they actually did use that, but it cost you 11 billion naira. Later, when that thing can enter shocker, as they say, shocker, he enter, Felix Ochia Buto, my brother, thank you. Maiyegun General, truth always hurts the ears of the evil ones. Keep on the good work. That's what people tell me all the time. Maiyegun, keep it up. Keep it up. Because I am just like somebody who is, kind of liberating soul. You feel better when you listen to Maiyegun. You feel better. Sometimes you feel worried, but after listening to Maiyegun, you feel better, like, well, I speak directly to your conscience. So, except for those who probably want me to be, probably be something else. Thank you. I'm going to keep it up. I'm not going to stop. Never. Nigeria here. Now, lie, this Maiyegun is enemy of progress. I remember many of you called me enemy of progress. I said, wait till they worry all of now. Every small thing. You're enemy of progress. Which progress now they talk about? Retrogression that you call progression. That's not progress. It's fraud. It's a lie. You can lie to win an election. You can lie to rule a country successfully. It's never done. No, it's never done. You can win an election with a propaganda, lies, but you can't rule by propaganda. It's never going to work. 2018. God will shame you, Maiyegun. Nigeria will be great again. I said, no be me talk say me Nigeria no great. I'm just telling you that Nigeria cannot be great. And I'm giving you proof. But your mind, your church mind is telling you that, no, I reject it. Jesus said, Bible said, I said, calm down. Now you they mix these things up. Bible didn't say, make you the hope on thieves, murderers, manipulators, and liars. People who lie to you in open sight, like, they say in plain sight. Don't bring Jesus to it, please. Don't bring blood of this or blood of that to that. You are making those important references. You are ridiculing them. Because you'll be like, okay, those of you who told me then that God will shame you, Maiyegun, you are enemy of Nigeria. You sit down in the UK, you never see anything good about Nigeria. Nigeria is trying to start airline. I say, they don't get website. Say they will build website later. I say, but what? I don't understand. Last now, like crickets. You know all these crickets. Crickets, when you are walking. I don't know many of you have actually walked late at night. If you're walking the footpath, dark in the night, and you'll be hearing cricket too. I don't know, maybe not that they do. I can't remember anymore. I've not heard cricket in a long time. But you know what I'm talking about, right? They will be making sound. But when you move closer, they will just go dead, quiet. When you move, when you move away, then they will start again. God go punish you, Maiyegun. You don't like Nigeria. We don't like Nigeria. Somebody cashed out 11 billion. 11 billion of your money. 11 billion. Just to print logo. The guy don't come back again, oh. You know, 2023 is ay chaize. You know, 2023 is coming. This Rika is back with Nigeria here. Guess what? He's telling the Buhari idiots that they're going to launch Nigeria here next year. No, nothing will change. We are going to borrow. We're going to go and borrow plane. They're going to go out there and then look for somebody to loan them plane. Not that the plane is just to come and take picture. They will print the plane. They will print it like now GBT. They will print the plane with a logo of Nigeria. They will fly there 2 or 3 of them to Abuja airport. They will bring everybody from everywhere. They will bring them there. Buhari, the lifeless mannequin. They will take picture. They say this is a great thing for our country. This is a great movement of this madness. I will say, see Buhari, Buhari, I don't know why people don't love this Buhari. Come on, 3 plane, borrowed plane. Then when you are finished, they will just remove the sticker or the logo or the thing because now sticker. They can print the sticker and they will put it on the plane, right? And they'll take pictures. All the pictures are the thing where all of you go remember. Because the last time, now the last picture they posted. Let's go to Google. I want to show you something. If you go on to Google, right? And you type in Nigeria here. Let me do it with you. I'm going to share my screen. Nigeria here. This is the pictures we're going to see. That is the picture that the Buhari idiots, the Cyberbarians, the Lagos Abobakus, all these Oshogbo Alimajiris. This is it. Just type in Nigeria here. I think that's what it's called. I've been here, Nigeria. Maybe in Nigeria here or no, I think it's no, not airport. What the hell? Not airport. I said here. Nigeria here. If you type in Nigeria here, this is the, let's go to images. Go to images. These are the images in the brain of Buhari idiots. Every time they talk about the fraudulent mannequin, you see, this is what I'm talking about. You can print all of this and put it on a paper. I mean, or put it on a plane. Since they just want to borrow them. Somebody said it's here, Nigeria now. Yeah, sorry. I continue to say Nigeria here, Nigeria here. It should be here, Nigeria. With that, we should get more. Go on Google and type in here, Nigeria, and go to images. You will see Adisirika. Where is he? Let me show Adisirika. You will see that fraudster. His name is Adi. Where is it? Adisirika. Adisirika. 419. Now they are coming back. This time ahead, that's him. When he came to London to come and do Nigeria here. Yeah. They were talking about how great it's going to be. Very great initiative. They brought all of their aboki to London to come and tell us about Nigeria here. This is him. Showing them the logo. This is what they printed with 400 million in Cyprus. I don't know if it's Cyprus or something there. Anyway. Yeah. Nigeria here. Now they are bringing it back again, by the way. That's the point. They are bringing it back again next year. And this time around, they said they have secured a deal. They have secured a deal with some people that will borrow them plane. Now, if they bring the plane to Nigeria now, and they start taking pictures, and I say, see the fraud I told you about, you will see the Buhari idiots. Shut up your mouth. It's creating job. Shouldn't they, listen, since 2018, if they indeed wanted to build Nigeria, shouldn't they have built the website by now? Shouldn't they have opened an office in Abuja and Lagos or so everywhere now? To at least show people that Nigeria here, na scam, but it don't become true, but it remains scam for next year. I just thought I should tell you. There are many scams they have plotted for next year. So many of you are going to be carried away. Election is coming, Abi. They are telling you the election is coming. Abi? Ireo. I just thought I should remind you that those who are scamming you, those who are defrauding you, they are the same people who shielded terrorists up to this point. Now, they said the Malamu has started drafting the law, and you may wake up tomorrow and they will say they have prescribed. How are they going to even do it? They have prescribed Fulani herdsmen as terrorist organization. Oh, mo. Hey, that's gonna be interesting to see. So the moment they prescribe the Fulani terrorist as a terrorist organization for real, can they just please let Nnamdi Kanu go back to his people and let Oloye Sunday Igboho go back to us, come back to us? The reason why Buhari want them dead, alive or dead, was because they stood up against the invading Fulani terrorists. They told people to stand up, defend yourselves. Nigeria won't defend you. Of course, Nigeria won't defend us. Nigeria will never defend us. Defend yourselves. That is what puts a target on their backs. So the terrorists have now been pronounced. A court of law has pronounced them as terrorist organization. Let us see how Malamu and gang are going to play it, including Tifnumbu of Lagos. So we'll see how they are going to try and spin it. I mean, not be that one they asked for. Where are the cows? Where are the cows? If you see Fulani terrorists anywhere with cows, now terrorists to Mokuna gather, beat them, tie them, and do what you can do to terrorists. Because as we speak, terrorism na death sentence. Do you know that? Do you know that in Nigeria, terrorism is death sentence, not pardon, not amnesty, no nothing. But Buhari is giving them amnesty, using your money to feed them. They fed them and fed them and fed those they called repentant terrorists. They fed them and fed them and fed them until the people get strength to fight themselves. They were fighting themselves in Gombe. They said they are not, the government is not, they are not doing anything. They just locked them up somewhere, feeding them with your money. They started fighting. No be person where chop belly food they fight. All of you where they chop 101 or 010 a day. You no get strength to the fight, do you? Terrorists get strength to fight because they are being fed for free. Meanwhile, terrorism in Nigeria should be death sentence. Death sentence. So let's see how they're going to spin it. I'm not gonna hold my hope, high in any way. But I can tell you, if you ask me from my own shrine mind, yeah, I'm living your own church mind now and your mosque mind. I'm saying, if you ask me from the internal shrine mind of me, or this temple of truth, though, I will tell you, since we have been telling them that they have beaten more than they can chew, the Fulani elite in power, they have beaten more than they can chew, and they have put their people in worse precarious situation when they lose power. When by the time they lose power and they no longer have that power, their people. So it is a lost battle. It's like the fight, the last kick of a dying horse. If you ask me internally, I would say it be like say somehow they are beginning to feel like, you know what, we are going to just have to wash our hands off. Because by the time we lose this power, we don't want everybody to continue to say now we they protect the terrorists. Let Nigerians deal with them their own way. So because it is now a battle of, oh boy, we don't overdo. Gumi, Sheikh Osama bin Gumi, came out and he said, court declared Fulani terrorists as terrorists. That's what I'm saying. I don't know how they want to plan it, but it's going to be so interesting to see. It will be so interesting to see what they have hidden and pretended and even killed people for. They have to come up now and admit it and say, yes, the Fulani terrorists are indeed terrorists. Then what are you going to do to them? Would you now let your military go back to the north and actually chase them? Would you let your military come back to the south as me, stop killing innocent people and go after the real terrorists armed with AK-47, killing and ransacking villages? Can they now do that? Go after the real terrorists, can they? Of course, it will be like, say, I want the hope, raise your hope. No, they raise your hope when Nigeria issue will pop up. Just count the stone, put them, and count and say, well, that's another one. Let's see how they'll play it out. Abi? I didn't eat my dinner when I came back from work. So I drove home. I finished at 8, drove home, and then quickly just to freshen up and got myself ready for this broadcast. I would have taken calls. I would, listen, I've missed speaking to many of you, honestly speaking, but I need to go and have my dinner because I'm still working tomorrow from 8 to 8. Long hours. So thank you so much for spending your time with me tonight. I just thought I'm not going to let this pass without dropping it in the diary, writing it in the diary, recording it. We have recorded it now. If you're just joining, right? You haven't really missed much other than the bigger house. Rewind this video and watch from the beginning. You will likely find it interesting enough. All right. And no matter what happened, please, if you no get money, if you no say you are not too ready, no go give person belle for Abia. The offer where they Abia be say you will give your, you get a free delivery. And if you think there's going to be anything else other than the 500 naira you give to your wife whenever she has that baby, that is the law in Abia State. Think before you do. Good night, everyone.
Clarify this. You say that when pregnant women give birth in your facilities, they get 500 naira. Is that correct?
500 naira, yes. Yes, and a backpack.
What is the 500 naira for, sir?
Free delivery. They give you 500 naira to it could be for anything. Are you asking a poor woman what she will do with 500 naira? Some people don't have it. Yes.
Well, I'm just trying to put it in context. When you look at how much, for instance, say, how much you're charging as school fees in Abia State, the Polytechnic or even the university, there'll be questions as to what 500 naira really can do for someone who just gave birth. When you look at the cost of even baby items in the market.
The delivery is free of charge.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ìpẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ìgòmìnà kówó jẹ. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ọlọ́pàá tí ń gbà rìbá. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn súràkì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.